Let's get this shit jamming.
All right.
Hey, listen!
Welcome, listeners, to the Scum and Villainy Cantina here on West Hollywood. I'm just kidding. Hi, guys. Welcome to an episode of Gameboiz. Across from me, sitting with his Ellen Cup, is our co-host, Mr. William Henderson himself.
That's right. Support the canceled.
I mean, she's not canceled. Her show's back, dude. She's got a whole show again. It's fine. It's totally
They
fine.
tried to cancel her.
She might be uncancelable.
Too big to fail.
Yeah. With no bailouts either. All on her own. Good for you. We are doing this on Hallows Eve. So if we die after this, what if this is our last recording? What if we both die?
That's fine.
This is your legacy. This is what they play at your reception thing. What's after
Funeral?
What's after the funeral though? Wherever
Funeral party?
That's a weird.
Fucking wake?
Is that the word? Is that
I don't know, dude.
Because like there's like the wedding ceremony, and then the reception. So what's the funeral?
I feel like the
the funeral ceremony, and then the reception.
The wedding ceremony is the wedding. Like that's all.
But I feel like the wedding is the day.
Oh right.
The wedding ceremony.
You can't claim a day for your wedding. You can go fuck off.
But people do.
You have a time.
You know what I think is rude is people that show up only for the reception.
I don't find that rude at all.
I think it's
that
rude.
Makes total sense because those ceremonies are so fucking boring.
But they're usually pretty quick. That's the thing.
Now they are.
I haven't been to one that was took forever, and my mom's been married like 3 times. So.
I have. Well, yeah, that's why. After the first one, she's like, "All right, let's fucking speed this up."
Let's not even. We'll show up with a photographer on wedding day, so we don't have to do this twice.
So now people know that people don't want to sit through their stupid fucking ceremony and hear them spout about how much in love they are with the other person. Like we just don't care. And now they're just like, people are just here for the free food and the drinks. So,
what are you catering for your wedding?
Chinese food,
Chinese panda food, or
fucking,
are you calling
everything.
Shanghai?
Dude, everything. I'm getting Chinese. I'm getting pizza. I'm getting fried chicken. I'm getting fucking mashed potatoes, fried rice, chow mein, motherfucking. I want Mexican food.
It sounds like you're catering from a strip mall, dude.
Dude, if I could just
I'm going to hit Sbarro's,
if I could just
Panda
take
Express.
a food court. Actually, I'm going to have my wedding reception in a food court.
How Michigan of you.
That's so perfect, dude. Sbarro sounds so fucking good, man. Those fucking slices of pizza they give you, holy shit.
I like their pasta, like their baked cities and stuff.
Who goes to Sbarro and gets pasta?
Well, I mean, you can't just have pizza. I'm going to get pizza, obviously, but if you get, dude, their servings, they give you Panda Express servings of fucking pasta and shit.
I've never gotten pasta from Panda Express.
You're definitely missing.
I would just get
Not
like
Panda, Sbarro.
Sbarro, that's what I meant. I just get like a piece of pizza or like a stromboli and then maybe some breadsticks. I don't know. I'm so Midwest. Like,
do you remember when the Pizzone came out?
Yeah.
Oh, that was my shit, dude.
Yeah.
That was my shit.
We were getting strombolis locally though. If we were getting Pizza Hut, it was like a plan. Like we were like, okay, we're going to go and we're going to go to Pizza Hut.
And sit down at the buffet.
Yep. Get a salad.
I miss that.
Yep. And then
we should open a Pizza Hut.
We should.
We'll abandon this podcast and open a Pizza Hut.
I think that would be such a pain in the ass.
It's like, have you seen She's Out of My League?
No.
Oh, it's with Jay Baruchel, and he breaks up with his girl, but his girl's like friends with his family, so she's still around, and then she's dating this new guy. So she brings a new guy around him, and he's like, he's an entrepreneur, and he's like, that's a Pizza Hut Express. It doesn't even count.
Maybe we could do like a pizza and comedy club, like Sal's on Melrose. Have you ever been to Sal's?
Sal's Comedy Hall?
Yeah.
It's weird because that place, I feel like, changes names depending on day of the week.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It shouldn't exist in terms of like a space. Like it's just like you walk in and you're like, where do they do comedy? And you're like, oh, in the room in the back. And you're like, I'm sorry? And you walk back there and it's like what is this?
Where's the kitchen? Oh, that's down the street.
It's dark. The stage is lit. There are 3 pillars in the middle of the room.
They're called pillars of comedy.
In the middle of the room. And you're like, where am I even supposed to sit? Like, I don't have a good view of the stage. Like, it's just
that's why everyone goes to Sal's and goes, they're all standing room only, man. It was so crowded.
It's awful.
It was 6 people.
It's a terrible setup for comedy. I don't know if anybody's ever said that, but I am now.
I mean, I have heard similar thoughts about it because I know that it was a big bringer spot.
Yeah.
And people were trying to charge like $30.
They have like couches in the front, and it's like nobody's going to sit there.
Nope.
Nobody.
Nope.
It's only comics because it's a pizza place with, oh yeah, we got comedy in the back.
BT dub.
Like, and nobody in LA is like, I'm going to go for a slice of pizza. You know, that's a fucking New York thing. So like nobody knows about it that's not a comic. I'm pretty sure they do all their business from comics buying stuff for the open mic.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And if that's your business plan, it's a failing business plan.
Yeah.
You know, you need to think outside of the box.
Right.
Where do you go for a good slice of pizza?
Pizza Hut.
Here.
What are you talking about?
Just Pizza Hut?
Just get Pizza Hut.
Because, I mean...
well, what's that place down to Antonio's?
Where?
On Main Street, downtown. Right around the corner.
Oh,
from the
yeah.
Hideaway.
They're good. They're good. You're right. Oh, there is a place called Joe's, like not too far from here. I think it's on Blaine. I DoorDashed out of there a few times, but like it smells fire when you walk in.
Dude, I mean, Fast Five, if you get their cheesy bread pizza, that's the shit.
What's cheesy? Is that cheesy bread in the crust?
No, it's like it's instead of doing like pizza with like pizza sauce, that they don't do pizza sauce and they put like different kinds of cheese on it, and it just tastes so good. Just get a side of marinara. Just get whatever toppings you want. It is like, just put sauce on it and make it a pizza. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Because
like,
now they can charge extra for it. Because it's a specialty.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure you could be like, hey, put marinara sauce on that bitch. But that's not how they make it.
What's the most you would pay for a corn dog?
What the fuck?
I may or may not be hungry.
$1.50.
$1.50?
Yeah. You pay more than $1.50 for a corn dog, it better be huge. Dude, it better be a foot long.
Okay, I don't want to tell you the story anymore.
A foot long corn dog. Oh boy,
dude, that'd be great.
Where were you?
That would be great.
I know it would be.
A fucking like
corn dogs
turkey leg size. They're
dude.
so good.
Yeah,
I
have some in my freezer.
I want somebody to make like a giant corn dog now. Like,
I feel like it exists,
but I want it to
at some fair in fucking Iowa. Somebody,
you know how they put it upside down in the vat? I want it to be so big that you have to lay it down,
or just have a really big vat.
Those are expensive. I'm not trying to make them go broke. I just want a big corn dog.
Well, I mean, hopefully they. I mean,
or like
if they're making them, that's their business. They probably have a.
How do you? What's the perfect corn dog? Because I feel like if you wrap.
Fuck you mean?
If you wrap a Polish dog in some cornbread, like a thick ass juicy Polish dog in some cornbread, that would be fire. But what I usually get is like a regular mediocre,
like a hot dog.
Yeah, hot dog in it, which is still good. I'm not saying it's not, but
have you ever had the like sausage with the pancake?
What the fuck? No, where's this?
Dude, you can get them at the store, just like in the box, you know?
See, I don't buy food in boxes.
It's like, yeah, and that's your problem.
That's your problem.
and so it's like a McGriddle where like there's a sausage on the inside, and then the pancake on the outside has like maple syrup flavoring in it too. Yeah, dude, they're fucking legit, man.
I don't know if you saw my eyes. I just came.
Yeah, but
McGriddles are dangerous too.
Dude, they're so good.
It's fucking.
They have the one that's the chicken now, where it's just like
a chicken McGriddle.
It's just a chicken patty.
What do they call it? A Roscoe's?
Nope, they call it a chicken McGriddle. They're so original at McDonald's. It's so good.
I want to make pancakes just to make my own McGriddle now.
I love making pancakes.
Like,
I make great pancakes.
You always say this.
I do.
Fuck, dude.
You never made me Filipino food, so
I can't make Filipino food.
Well,
I don't know
fault
how.
Is that?
My dad's.
How is that your dad's fault?
Because he's Filipino. What am I going to learn how to make Filipino food from my mom?
What about your mom? Yeah.
My mom's not Filipino.
Oh. Well,
she's Japanese and Hawaiian.
She fucked a Filipino.
You want sushi? Probably like one time. They don't even like each other.
One time and you happened?
Yeah.
Like,
what a
well,
shitty
that was
accident.
A mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
Were you actually an accident?
My mom says not, but I know that I'm a Valentine's Day baby, so whatever. My birthday's in November, so
it was at least consensual.
Maybe. Maybe. Or she was like, I don't have a Valentine this year. So
let's get
why
it
not?
on, dog.
No, they had a weird, tumultuous romance, but they were young. It's fine. I get it.
I feel like that happened more back in the day.
Yeah, because there was no internet. You got bored.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck are you going to do? Go out and play baseball? Not in Hawaii.
Right.
No.
Yeah. Let me sleep with this degenerate.
Yeah. Actually, I think my dad was like a jock.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Not that he played a lot of sports, but he was like
he just had the varsity jacket.
athletic and stuff and all.
He was lied to chicks.
He was in that circle. He wasn't necessarily the sports player, but he was the one that all the jocks knew. So he was kind of. I seen old pictures of him. He's got like a fro and shit. I was like, oh, this is definitely the 80s.
Nice. Very nice.
This is Jackson 7 over here.
Nice.
Very nice. The suit is black knot. Still my favorite. No, I fucking love Borat. You're missing out. We're going to start this show off on a somber note.
Uh-oh.
Slightly somber note, because I read it this morning. Sir Sean Connery has died at the age of 90.
Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Oh, no.
Have you seen any of Sean Connery? Like, have you seen the Sean
honestly
Connery Bond?
Tell you.
You can't tell me? You don't know?
I genuinely don't know.
Because, like, my favorite role for Sean Connery is definitely one that he phoned in hard, and I think I've told you about this movie, is A League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely phoned it in, but I enjoyed the movie because it was kind of an Avengers-esque kind of movie in terms of all characters from a universe. At that point, it was an implied universe, but from fiction in one, you had Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, you had Huckleberry Finn, who Sean Connery ended up kind of mentoring. Sean Connery plays like a kind of an Indiana Jones type character, and then you have the kid from A Walk to Remember, the dude. I don't remember his name.
I honestly can't say that I've seen any of these movies that are showing up.
That's crazy. Wow. But you know who Sean Connery is.
Yeah.
So how do you know who Sean Connery is if you haven't seen any of it?
Because who fucking doesn't know who the original fucking James Bond was?
I guess. His James Bond is a very unique take on the character in terms of like just charming white dude.
Yeah.
I guess it's very Pierce Brosnan in that aspect,
I mean,
too.
he was in Indiana Jones, apparently.
Yep. Dr. Jones.
Oh, he's the old guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. My
So I've seen that.
my favorite quote from him, I think, is from the first night with Richard Gere. Richard Gere played Lancelot, and Sean Connery played King Arthur. And he pulls Lancelot aside and he goes, Lancelot.
Sounds like Bane.
A man who fears nothing is a man who loves nothing. And if you love nothing, what joy is there in your life? And that really stuck with me. I don't know why, if I was just an impressionable kid. But I never, after hearing that, because it was on like a TBS. It's like, they show random-ass movies on TBS at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
That's where I saw it. But after that, I never really saw a benefit when someone's like, yeah, I'm fearless. Because then I thought about Sean Connery going, that just means you don't like anything, bro. Like, that doesn't help anyone.
Wow, that's deep, dude.
Shouldn't you fight for something? Like Hamilton said, if you stand for nothing, what will you fall for? You don't watch Hamilton enough.
I did. I saw it.
You saw it. You don't watch it enough.
I mean, it's 3.5 hours long, so.
Is it? No,
you're right. I mean, it's like 3. It's pretty long.
No, it's like
they have an intermission, dude.
Because it's a play.
Whatever. They could have cut that out real easy.
But then it would have ruined the immersion of you putting it. They're putting a play on screen. They're not making a motion picture.
I disagree.
All right, why?
Because that didn't need to be there. There's nothing happens. So just cut to black and then fade back in. And it's fucking the same thing.
It's not.
It's the exact same thing.
It's not.
It is literally the same thing.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
But it is.
But it's not.
But it is.
But
I can just save 15 minutes.
They didn't. The intermission wasn't 15 minutes.
15%.
It was a quick 2-minute go take a piss, come back.
Who takes a piss in 2 minutes?
I do.
I don't.
Dude, I take
long pees.
If I have to take a shit, it'll take 4 to 5 minutes max.
What?
Yeah, dude. I wait till pressure builds up and then I open up the valve. Yeah, that shit goes
like-
straight. I don't even have to flush half the time,
It's
dude.
like- it's like when like a space shuttle ejects
Yeah.
its shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's cool,
it comes out. Even when it's liquid, it comes out solid. Like, it's just such a high pressure. I'm surprised I don't shit out diamonds half the time.
Shitty diamonds.
Because sometimes it's like I can't straighten my knees or I'm going to shit my pants. Like I'm holding so much pressure that I'm waddling to the toilet. And it becomes very, very precarious.
Just like a pearl comes out.
Yeah. Boop. It just sounds like this. And that wasn't a sound drop. That was my mouth, guys. I'm fucking good, okay?
Oh, fuck, dude.
And then sometimes it'll hit so hard the water splashes and you're not sure
Yeah.
what splashed. You know?
Right.
Maybe
Dude,
should shower.
I had I don't know what happened, but I pooped on Sunday afternoon, right?
Proud of you.
And then I didn't shit until Thursday evening.
You should be concerned, bro.
I know. That's
How are
what
you
I said.
not concerned?
But then I took 3 shits that day.
Were they
So,
okay? But
like
were they
Thursday's like-
3 good shits, or were they like 3 shits that equaled 1 good shit?
No, it was like one. Like the first one was immense, and then the next 2 were like typical.
I don't know what's typical for you,
I mean,
because
it's
I've heard
just-
people who say that their typical is explosive.
I mean, they're typical for me. I mean, they're not explosive. I'm talking about like just
Do you have good
amount.
bowel movements though? Like,
I think so.
like are
I
they-
never have
It's
issues
solid and it's curly.
for the most part.
It's not like coming out like goat droppings.
I mean, every once in a while. I'm not perfect.
If I eat too many edibles, sometimes it just fucking.
It comes out in the shape of Bob Marley.
You know, goats are rude. Like they'll straight up look you in the eye and just start shitting.
Yeah.
It's not like a bird,
Mhm.
you know, who's incontinent, so they can't hold it and it just comes out. They
Yeah.
push that shit out.
Yeah.
While they're eating, while they're jumping, just an activity. Like, oh, I also have to shit right now.
I work with kids that are like that. They just stare at you and like.
That's
like,
funny.
You're shitting right now, aren't you?
That's really funny because baby goats are called kids.
Oh, well, look at me.
Look at you. Look at you with the
Pun that I didn't
unintended
even
pen.
know. Yep.
the pun intended
Yeah. Not
Unintended?
intended.
pun, but it's unintended pun, so it's a pun intended.
I hate you.
One word.
I did see Finding Forrester though for some fucking stupid reason. Apparently,
Oh, I remember that.
the one where Sean Connery
Yeah.
befriends a black boy and convinces him that he shouldn't play basketball anymore, which is just such a white thing to do.
It's like a white man can't jump thing almost.
It really is.
Which is a great movie, by the way. White Man Can't Jump.
I've never seen it.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
That's fucking prime Wesley Snipes, Michael Rappaport. Like,
Michael Rappaport is in that movie.
he's the white man.
No, that's Woody Harrelson.
Oh, I got the wrong names, but yeah,
Yeah.
Woody Harrelson. But yeah, no. Woody
I was
Harrelson.
like,
Wow.
what?
I think I was watching Michael. He's too vocal on the internet. Michael Rappaport needs to wrap it up. That's what you need to do, dude.
He's really funny though.
But he's old. It's like, stop trying to stay relevant. I don't like it. Shut up. Make more movies. What's your
I
favorite Woody
feel
Harrelson
like-
movie now that we're here, though?
Semi-Pro.
Ooh. That's
He
a
was
deep
really
cut.
good in
That's a deep
Semi-Pro.
cut. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Man, I don't even really know. I mean, he was good in Zombieland. He's
He-
pretty underrated
He was
as
kind
an
of,
actor.
but I feel like in Zombieland, he was kind of just Woody Harrelson.
Yeah, I like it when people have those roles though, where it's like, oh yeah, this fits you. You know what I mean? Like everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh, Seth Rogen's not acting; he's just being Seth Rogen. I'm like, yeah, that's what makes it fun to watch because it seems
Dude,
real.
Seth Rogen in that movie where he dates the president lady. I don't remember what it's called. I saw it recently though.
I know what you're talking about, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's a
name.
great movie.
Yeah?
It's fucking funny.
Dude, he's a good filmmaker.
Funny and poignant.
I mean, I don't know, like from like Knocked Up to like 40-Year-Old Virgin, or I guess those are Judd Apatow for the most part directing.
I get,
But there's Seth Rogen ideas, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say like there's still
He wrote them.
if he's involved, you're definitely gonna credit him as executive producer as well.
Right, right.
So
Yeah.
he's just there. Yeah, I think he just things like Sausage Party and stuff give him a bad rap.
It's like he writes characters that are like fit him, and people get mad at it. It's like, Why? What are you upset about? Like,
Yeah.
he's writing a role for him, and he knows his strengths. Like, it's the same thing with Kevin Hart. It's like people are like, Kevin Hart's not even acting. It's like, why are you mad? Like, he's still playing the role, and it's still fun. It's still the role. Who cares if it's his personality?
Those are pretentious fucks. They're like, well, I want to see the scope of his acting ability.
I should be acting, and that's what it is. These dumb fucks think that they should be the one in Kevin Hart's role because they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, I don't think anyone else could have played side with in Ride Along. Like, Kevin Hart's perfect for that movie.
Yeah, or like that fucking movie with The Rock where The Rock is like the CIA agent. Was it Central Intelligence?
Yeah.
It was fun.
I didn't see that. I meant to.
It was fun. Like, people were like, it's so
fun.
bad. I'm like, it's fun. It's not supposed to be a fucking cinematic masterpiece. Like, you're going into it looking at it the wrong way.
I saw the promo that they made for that where, like, Kevin Hart would do his best impression of The Rock, and they would do it, like,
oh, yeah.
to each other.
They're so funny, like, fucking bouncing off each other. Oh,
Yeah.
my God, they're so funny.
I don't understand. Like, I guess I've never worked with The Rock, but I don't understand the people that get upset. Like Vin Diesel, who doesn't like The Rock because I guess
he's more famous and
probably
handsome than he is
probably. But word on the street is that The Rock isn't the most punctual or
I mean, he's part
easy
black,
to work with.
so.
Yeah, I mean, but also he's The Rock. Like,
yeah, it's like
you'll start recording when he
tells
gets there.
you exactly. Yeah. You start filming when The Rock gets there,
like,
because
dude, you're-
without him, this production doesn't
absolutely,
mean shit.
Absolutely. Fucking
Yeah,
A.
yeah. People suck, dude.
Vin
People
Diesel just gets mad because he can't play Dungeons and Dragons.
He needs to play more Dungeons and Dragons.
He plays a lot of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, he needs to play with me.
Vin Diesel, holler at your boy at B Slim Henderson.
Do you think he DMs?
No.
Imagine Vin Diesel calling for a fucking intelligence check. Give me an intelligence check. Well, what the fuck, dude?
Bro, you give me an intelligence check. Fucking asshole.
With your fucking muscles.
No, that
busting
seems like
out of
it's
your
too
shirt.
much work. He maybe started, but I bet he just plays now.
Mm.
You know? He's like, I don't have time. I'm making Fast and the Furious 12.
Is he even in those movies anymore?
And that's it. Yeah.
he like took
he's
off
still,
like 4 through 8.
He's
and
still
then
in them, but there's the spin-off that they're trying to shoot now for the Hobbs and Shaw, which is a great spin-off.
because The Rock. Oh, that's why Vin Diesel doesn't like him, because The Rock is just stealing his limelight.
Maybe, probably. He's
Probably.
also old, you know.
Yeah, he's also old.
If I was the muscle in the movie and then they brought in another dude who then took my role as the muscle,
Yeah.
I'd probably be pissed too.
Also, dude, you made Pitch Black. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah.
Fucking garbage.
That's fun.
It's terrible.
It's fun.
It's not.
It's fun.
I watched it maybe like 6 months ago. It's not fun.
It doesn't stand up as a sci-fi horror flick.
Not at
Definitely
all. Not at all. Like, the lighting is fucking stupid. They're like, it's blue light here. And so, like, everything's just blue. And you're like, this is hard to watch.
It's supposed
Visually
to be, though.
hard to watch.
But I mean, it's supposed to be. I
It's
think
a
you're
movie.
missing the point.
I think you're missing the point of a movie. It should not be hard to
it's
watch.
It's not that it's hard to watch, but you're there in the movie. You're supposed to slowly start to see things from the perspective of Riddick.
I think you're giving them too much credit
No,
for their.
no,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
I don't think the cinematography was bad in that movie.
When was the last time you watched it?
Probably like 12 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
so,
like-
dude, I'm telling you, I have it on DVD because I saw it in a gas station for $3.
What ruins
borrow it.
is the third act, I think, where
He saves the day.
kind of where because the whole
He
movie
becomes a hero
the
now.
whole movie's cool because all right, I think this is just my gripe with horror movies and suspense in general. What I think ruins a lot of suspense in horror movies is when you get to see the monster outright, when you get to see the threat outright, when you know when it's coming,
Yeah.
and it's like it ruins all the suspense. And I think the third act of Pitch Black, where it's not necessarily let's keep ourselves safe from the attackers. It's like let's just avoid them or not engage them. It's just a very weak third act that I never really
It's
liked.
not like a let's go get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's the threat over there. Let's just do what we can to do what we can when there's 4 of you left and you're all gonna die anyway. Like
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy it.
Oh, excuse me.
But you need Pitch Black to get fucking the Chronicles of Riddick,
I didn't even watch that because I
Which
was
is-
like, I can't.
which is legit D&D on film, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, I might have to go back and watch it.
It's no, you're not gonna enjoy. You're gonna get mad at me for watching.
Yeah, you're probably right.
But they do flesh out Riddick a lot more, and
But
that might be why I enjoy Pitch Black. Actually,
maybe. as far as like scary movies that like like you were talking like they give away the monster or whatever. This is how I felt about have you seen The Cabin in the Woods?
Yeah.
Aaron made me watch this last week, and I was just like, there's nothing like you know what's coming.
Yeah.
Every single time, like you already know what's going on, so there's no scary part to it.
Yeah.
It's just like you're just watching a story.
Yeah.
It's like
I completely agree.
I didn't think it's scary. It's more funny than it is scary.
They could have made at least the first act of the movie a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like if they, because in that opening,
Something.
when they go through the tunnel very early on, like after they go there, they show you, oh, there's something weird going on. There's a force field.
mean, immediately. Oh, that's true. Yeah, and like the very first scene in the movie is those two scientists just talking shit underground. So you're like, oh, something's weird is going on. And it's like they give it away, like a dead give, not a dead giveaway, but it's a pretty
Pun intended?
Yeah, but it's like. It's so obvious that it's like, I'm not scared anymore. Like this is controlled. I'm not scared. Like the unknowing is what's scary about scary movies. But if I know what's coming,
and they could have done that with that movie and just reordered the scenes.
And you know what makes me upset about that movie is they had this plethora of unique monsters, horror things, and they picked zombie possessed family to be the fucking, like, as a movie maker, that's what they chose for these kids to uncover. Where it could have been like the dude with the saws in his head, or the mermaid, or like any number.
The mermaid reveal was hilarious.
It was hilarious. But it's like they have all these crazy fantasy creatures, and you go with the most cliche one in your movie that's not supposed to be cliche. Like, I just don't.
They probably could have used all those other fucking creatures, but one, that's expensive, and two, you have Thor, so I bet that there went a lot of your budget.
That's true.
So they probably did that.
His death scene cost a lot of money.
Yeah, for sure.
Ding,
for
ding,
sure. Ding. And they probably had to pay extra because he never took his shirt off. So
right.
You know, if you show areola, you get a
That's true.
discount, which is weird.
There was titties in those movies, though.
Lots of titties.
That was cool.
I wanted, after watching that, I was like, oh, you can just put two-way mirrors in your house?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was weird.
But that didn't really come back to. You know, it didn't really come full circle really on that.
It was,
I mean, the dude like broke through it and saved someone, but it was like, I mean, okay.
But the mirror was there to tempt them into sin. You know, so you had fucking Dr. Avery there from Grey's Anatomy, but he was like,
oh, that's the guy that's from Detroit, huh? That's where I recognize him from. Yeah,
the exact character skin.
Yeah.
He's so handsome. That's why he's such those eyes, and he's mixed. Oh boy, oh boy. He became the McDreamy in Grey's Anatomy, and I completely agree.
And his death in Cabin in the Woods is the most obvious one.
How did he die?
He's like driving the RV, and he's looking at the girl, and the camera's right on him for like 10 seconds. He's going, "It's gonna be okay. We're gonna be fine. We're gonna get through this. Look at me. It's gonna be fine. Do you hear me? Everything's gonna be okay." And then he gets killed. It's like, wow, like that could not have been more obvious. Like, couldn't have been more obvious. Like, I could count down 3, 2, 1, boom, dead. Like, it's just
maybe he got a call he's like, "Hey man, I can't make the rest of the production schedule."
All right, well, let's get your death scene in so we can fucking it's just
we'll figure something out, bro.
Like, I understood what they did, and I understand like the allurement of the movie, but it's just like, I don't know, it kind of fell flat for me.
That's fair. Yeah, it's such a Joss Whedon film in the sense that like it's carried heavily by its dialogue.
It's unique as far as like horror movies go, but it's not scary.
I don't know if it's unique. I mean, I would say if we're talking about like horror satire, Scream does it right. Because Scream still had jump scares. Scream still had the whodunit, you didn't know what it was, who it was, and by the end you didn't think it was 4 different people,
right? Who
was in all the scenes, you know. So I don't think it's unique. It's not great, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But Aaron's not going to listen to this, and he's not going to argue it.
Yeah.
So
he also wouldn't agree. So
I don't know. I feel like sometimes people just pick a movie and like, you need to watch it, and then they've already established that it's a good movie. So when they rewatch it, this is so good. This is so good. But really just feeding your own narrative.
Dude, I
into
watched
it.
Super Troopers recently, and it's like,
It doesn't
it kind of holds up.
It's funny, but it definitely doesn't hold up entirely.
Right. And like watching, I'm like, oh yeah, like I see why I like this as like a teenager.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else did those guys make?
Club Dread, Slam and Salmon, Super Troopers 2.
It might be Slam and Sam. Because they have a
Beer,
few.
Beer Fest is their most famous one.
I don't know if I've seen Beer Fest.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
actually surprising.
Interesting. I might have to check that
Everybody's
out.
seen Beer Fest.
Everyone's
that
been
one's,
to Beer Fest.
That one's good. Like that one's actually a good movie.
All right? If you had to recommend off the top a good horror movie, because those are hard to find.
Dude,
too.
Insidious. Sinister. Have you ever seen Sinister?
Yeah.
Those movies are good. Like they do a good job of like the like creepy shit and then also jump scares, which I still like. Aaron is like, "Those are cheap. It's just bad horror film." It's like that is horror. What are you talking about, dude?
Yeah, dude.
How else are you gonna scare people? Oh, but just by being slow and like creeping them out. That's what he says.
Then
You
it's
know-
a thriller.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's not a horror movie.
Yeah. That's not what you expect. That's
Yeah.
like going to a roller coaster with no drops.
Like Get Out, I don't consider a horror movie. Black people do.
You don't understand because you're white, Will.
But as far as like the genre, it's not a horror movie. It's a thriller.
Yeah. I would say when something takes a turn more towards creepy, and then it's like a thriller drama.
Yeah.
And it's not like horror is.
It's like for the horror is like the intention to scare.
Yeah, because to be horrified is definitely a reveal. Like it's not a
slow build.
Yeah, it's not a feeling that
Yeah.
this is horrifying. Like
Yeah,
when
it's
you're horrified,
bam.
you're like, oh, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, exactly.
When you're horrified by a video, you're like, I can't believe this is happening right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Whereas like Get Out was just like this is creepy
Yeah.
and supernatural kind of,
Yeah.
but it's not a horror film by any means.
Yeah. I completely agree here. Like the means by which you break said tension will dictate whether it's thriller, drama, horror, comedy.
Yeah. Like if it builds and it builds and it builds and then my reaction to like the drop off is it was a thriller, not a horror.
Yeah. But if it builds,
You go,
and
oh
then,
fuck.
and then you expect the oh fuck and then you relax and then it's the oh
Yeah.
fuck, then it's
Horror.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Maybe we're just not nuanced. We're not
Pretty simple.
we're not educated.
No, we just look at it in a simpler light because when you look at things too complex, it gets convoluted.
I guess. But I mean, when you go back to the original quote unquote horror movies, you think about like Friday the 13th and
Slasher movies.
yeah, slasher movies. It's there's not a lot of jump scares. It's always the tension being built by that dude who somehow keeps up with you even though he's walking.
He's so fast though.
Yeah, he's so
huge.
fast.
He takes 12-foot strides.
He's fucking
So.
yeah. They should have like Shaquille O'Neal in a Friday the 13th thing, or as Freddy Krueger. That would be horrifying.
That'd be great. Shaq just walks up and says, "You guys want some Gold Bond?"
You gotta mumble it more. Go on, Ngoma.
Check out my Shaq-sized bottle. Have you ever bought a Shaq-sized bottle of Gold Bond lotion? Because I have.
Why?
Because I need it
Because
for my
Shaq
head.
said you needed it.
Yeah, dude. It's just like I just wanted the most possible. It just happened to be Shaq-sized.
Yeah, Shaq is too much. While we're talking about movies, we can get back on
We have
topic
not
here.
been on topic at all.
Netflix has signed a deal with Ubisoft to create multiple content streams.
Ooh.
So not just a series, but an animated series
So
and an anime series. So they have a whole like proper. This is Netflix, trying, as I assume, to build a universe
with Ubisoft.
with Ubisoft.
So that includes
starting with Assassin's Creed.
Okay.
And I guess how that universe goes, I would imagine they branch it off more. Because right now, according to these articles that I've been reading, they only have the Assassin's Creed property. But it sounds like they're trying to build a universe in general.
Okay.
But I mean, that what the safe bet would be to try to establish, like what they did with like Iron Man and stuff, like establish a character first that we can attach to and then move along.
Ooh, okay. Because I'm going through their list of games right now. Watch Dogs Ubisoft has Watch Dogs. That could be a
That would
really
be
good
cool.
series. Yeah,
Yeah, especially
movie.
now. That would be a
Yeah.
very relevant series.
Let's see. Far Cry. Would
Yeah.
be a good one.
Yep, absolutely. You could just have a Far Cry 1, like 10 episodes.
Yep. And there's 6 of them now, so that's 6 seasons of fucking.
Far Cry Primal, we can forget about.
I never really got into Far Cry. Like I played it on the Wii once, where it was like use the fucking thing to shoot your arrows, and I was like, this is too much.
Far Cry, I felt like it might have just came in a little too late in terms of the sandbox gameplay, because it is an open world, kind of go to your objective.
But it's successful.
It's successful, but most of those are, like Metal Gear Solid had an open world sandbox thing, and that was
Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be
So,
successful.
I think it just
if it ever releases.
It's not groundbreaking, but the gameplay is solid enough to kind of lend itself to be successful.
Right.
And also, when Far Cry came out, I think people were had a hankering for a Turok game. So
okay,
it kind of made a little more
I
sense.
gotcha. Yeah. Ubisoft also owns all of Tom Clancy's stuff, so you could do a
Books
whole,
included.
I mean, I don't know about all that, but they have like Ghost Recon, Rainbow Six, The Division. Like they could do an entire like Tom Clancy
For sure.
series or whatever.
The problem is it's got to say Tom Clancy though.
That's fine. I'll watch it if I know that.
I
mean,
guess.
Let's be real. It's weird. His books haven't really been made into movies. I guess like The Hunt for Red October is one of his, huh?
Yeah. I'm sure I swear I just read something about it.
But it's not like who's the one dude that like all his books get made into? I'm thinking military. I guess like Stephen King would be the best example. But there's like a military guy that like all his movies get fucking made, or all his books get made into movies. Anyway, have you seen anything on the newest Assassin's Creed, Valhalla?
No, because you know how I feel about Assassin's Creed.
Dude,
I just want a ninja.
I fucking watched a like extended preview of this game, and it looks fucking cool. It looks really cool.
Assassin's Creed always looks cool.
Yeah, but this is like Vikings, dude, and you just go rape and pillage and shit. It just looks fucking intense.
You know what I'm upset about at this point in terms of combat?
They're branching off and not doing ninja?
No, just this is more on their mechanics, is that a lot of things they keep 1 foot on realism, like 1 foot in realism and 1 foot in fantasy in terms of their combat style. And at this point, I don't feel like it's too far-fetched to have, 1, dismemberment, but 2, like dismemberment that affected gameplay mechanics, especially with Viking-esque kind of combat. Big axes, big swords.
Can, like, cut off a head and then throw the head at someone?
Maybe,
that
but
would be cool.
I'm thinking more like, because you're a trained assassin by the 10 minutes into the game usually. You don't ever have to learn your skills. But like have a big sword, you swing it into a dude who has leather for armor, so somehow it still bounces off in the game, but it shouldn't. And then it gets stuck in the body so that now your swings count. Where like now there's an aspect of gameplay where you have to get it out, but it also now makes you vulnerable. Like I haven't seen a jump in their gameplay mechanics to that extent. Like it's always hack slash counter.
Has anybody done that to where it's like actually hitting you are like made detrimental?
I feel like For Honor did it, sort of.
Yeah, and we don't play that game.
That's because we got in too late.
No, it's because we were bad at it.
It's hard.
It's confusing as shit.
It's fucking hard. But like my problem with Assassin's Creed has always been that it's too hack and slashy. Like
more like God of War.
Yeah, they've since updated it to make it more difficult, but it's still like if you can get a good weapon that you're good with and you can counter in time, you're gonna kind of breeze through the game.
Yeah, that's how like Batman was. I don't know if you ever played Batman, but it's just like you don't even. I mean, there's no weapons.
Yeah,
it's just like you just stand there and wait for them to attack and just counter attack. Like,
and I don't like it.
That's fair.
The immersion gets ruined, I guess.
I think with a lot of games, I think the story can take over for me as long as like the gameplay isn't too bad.
I can see that because like That's how I felt with maybe the first 3 Assassin's Creeds. Like the gameplay, it wasn't terrible. And I guess when those came out, it was I don't want to say groundbreaking, but there wasn't a whole lot of people doing the movement mechanics that Assassin's Creed was doing.
Not at all. Especially like moving around the city.
Yeah.
It was
Now
very
it's
unique.
very prevalent.
Yeah.
And so that's part of my gripe with like the lack of combat adjustment, But then again, maybe it would be too different and be like, oh, this isn't the same Assassin's Creed I played. So,
Right.
I don't know.
But at some point, like you can make that switch. Like God of War did it. Like it's not like just hack and slash. No, you just try to attack everything, you're gonna die. Like it's just they had to change it up. So I don't know. Like when I watched the previews and stuff, it wasn't like the old ones where you're like running across buildings and shit. It was more just like an RPG of like grab a horse, like you're riding across and interacting with people and like building up camps and shit. I don't know. It just seemed different, but I don't know if they're still doing the like you're going back in time aspect of it, or if it's just now you're just a person.
I kind of like them doing that, but it felt the same when we were talking about Cabin in the Woods, where in the first Assassin's Creed, I feel like that going back in time gets spoiled too early. Like, because it could have been a great fucking twist that, BT dub, you're playing in someone's memory.
Right.
You're like, what the fuck?
And and it's also kind of like, how do I say, like railroady almost, where it's not like it is open world, but it's like, this is what you're doing.
It's an objective-based open world.
yeah, and I mean, I guess every game is kind of like that, I guess.
Well, with Assassin's Creed, I liked the way they solved, I guess, the railroady question, because you're not, when it's railroady, part of you goes, why am I doing this in this order? Like I shouldn't, if I have freedom of choice, I should be able to choose.
Right.
But that we're playing in someone's memory and he hasn't gone to that place yet and he doesn't have that memory, so that's why you can't go there.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I thought that was a very clever workaround.
Yeah, it's like remember in Grand Theft Auto 3, I don't know if you ever played, but like,
of course I have.
In the beginning, you couldn't
R2, L1, R2, left down, right up, left down, right up.
All weapons. If you like when you start the game, you can't get across the bridge to the other thing, and it's just like why? Just because. Make
it like, we're finishing construction or something.
Yeah, and I think they were like, there was an explosion from the fucking you escaped from the armored car, but it's like that whole explosion took down the whole bridge. It's like it's a
big truck, bro.
For months after that, after like how much time is it between the two? It's like,
well, look, if they're not trying to get, they're not trying to fill a Senate seat. The government works as slow as they want, so that's why it takes fucking ever. But Ubisoft's being quoted as saying we're excited to partner, or Netflix is quoted as saying, we're excited to partner with Ubisoft to bring to life a rich, multi-layered storytelling that Assassin's Creed is beloved for. And he's the VP of Netflix.
Hopefully they do a better job than the first movie.
The movie wasn't bad, though.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't a good movie, but I think in terms of fan service, if you were in the lore, it was enjoyable.
Yeah, I didn't like their animus.
I think they took too many liberties for the sake of movie making.
The Matrix did a thing where they just lay in the bed like, why can't you, bitch? Like, it's the same thing.
That's probably why, though.
Fuck that.
Because then they're like, you stole that from the Matrix.
Who fucking cares?
Yeah, I agree. The animus in game was they could have done that. I don't see any reason why they couldn't have. Maybe it's
because future, dude. Because it's the future. That's
honestly,
why.
I think it was because they had a budget and they needed Michael Fassbender
in the movie more
do things. Yeah, so
they just needed to fill like screen time.
Probably it was cool.
Let's just show him fucking moving around.
It was super fucking cool.
I mean, I guess,
but it was future / not in terms of like. That's where the technology is going to go. You're not just going to plug into your fucking brain.
Did Dr. Octopus make this or what? Like, what the fuck?
And maybe they tried to ground it. That was a slight misstep, but I thought overall the action and the cinematography of the action, it wasn't like cut ridden. It was cool.
I mean, I don't terribly remember the rest of the movie, so it couldn't have been that great.
I mean, well, I watched it on a plane, so.
That's how good it is. It's available on Delta.
Was I on Delta?
Probably not.
I think I was on United.
You're poor.
But yeah, I think that's the way to go, though. I'm cool if you want to make movies, but I think we're a little past that, and I think the series is the way to go.
With video games, it's like just do it right. For like, I sort of understand like back in the day, like your Super Mario Brothers, your Street Fighter, shitty movies, but like nowadays, it's like just make it what it is.
Yeah,
like there's no need to change anything, especially in games nowadays. They're made better than movies.
for sure.
Cinematically, they're better than movies.
Yeah.
So it's like, just do that. Like, why do you need to change so much shit?
Because, I mean, you got someone that's like, I think it'd be really cool if we did this.
I think right now would be a great time for a Red Dead movie or a series. Because nobody's doing Westerns right now.
Disagree.
Okay?
Mandalorian's doing Westerns.
That's different.
It's
and you
not.
know it.
It's
That's
not.
so different.
It's definitely not.
They have spaceships, motherfucker.
Okay, but
it's
what
so
is
different? That
what
is not a Western.
What
That's
is
a sci-fi
what is
fantasy
a spaghetti
show.
Western? No.
No.
The story of every Western is a lone gunslinger. Every single a lone gunslinger.
Not in Red Dead, bro.
Who runs into you don't
No,
fucking
you belong to a group.
Yeah, but you leave that group every mission, every single fucking time.
No.
Yes. And then the only time you guys come together is when everyone decides to attack you. But for the most part, you're Arthur Morgan on your own fucking time.
Yeah, because you gotta keep a low profile. You can't be traveling.
Okay, so
together
you're
all
agreeing
the
with me.
time.
Now he's alone.
No, but no, that's so different. It's so different. They
It's
have a
not.
spaceship, bro. You can't call that a Western.
It is a Western.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
Why? Because it's not happening in the West?
Yeah.
Thematically, it is a Western.
It's a sci-fi action adventure.
I disagree.
Whereas like Western movies are Western action adventure.
But take it out of the location. What makes a Western?
But that is
what?
the
No,
movie.
answer the question.
It's Star Wars, dude.
What? It's also not Star Wars.
It is, though.
It's not Star Wars without a crawl.
What?
Without that opening crawl, it's not Star Wars.
It is Star Wars.
It's
It is
not.
a Star Wars story.
It's not.
It is.
not.
I'm pretty sure they say it. A Star Wars story.
It's not.
It is, though.
It's not.
But it is, because without Star
You're
Wars, you
still
don't have the
dodging my
Mandalorian.
question. What makes a Western?
I don't know. I don't think about shit like that. I don't fucking care, but I can tell you that's not a Western.
It is a Western. Even if you go back and watch it, there's spur sounds. There's this lone gunslinger guy. He gets on modes of transportation that aren't ships. He's very regularly riding wildlife.
So is John Wick a Western?
No,
Why not?
because he doesn't ever get on anything that's wildlife. He doesn't ride his dog.
What the fuck?
Maybe
does
he
that-
rides
He has
in
a
a
car.
Mustang.
He has a
He
car.
rides in a Mustang.
What does
so
that
it
matter?
counts. Because a Western.
How is that different from a spaceship?
Because it's not a cowboy anymore. It's
What
the
are you-
Mandalorian
He
is still a cowboy.
He is a cow. John Wick.
John Wick is not a cowboy.
fucking
Okay, we can talk-
cowboy.
I just
dude.
watched John
if
Wick.
If you're gonna
Go.
call
No.
the Mandalorian a cowboy,
Yes.
John Wick is definitely a
Why?
cowboy because he does the same shit.
No.
Dude, you're
No.
so fucking wrong. It's unbelievable.
No.
It's not a Western. You can call it a sci-fi. It's sci-fi. It can't be Western and sci-fi.
It can. It
No.
can and it is.
No, it can't.
Then you're not watching
No.
it.
I am watching it.
No, you're
Well,
just
actually,
zoning
I'm
out.
not.
You're just zoning out. That's
It's
what
a
you're doing.
sci-fi show.
It's a sci-fi Western. I'll give you sci-fi, but
It
it's
takes
still
place
a Western.
in space. It can't
Okay.
be a Western.
Why? Because there's no West direction in
Yes.
space?
No, there's absolutely not.
There
There's
definitely
not.
is.
No,
If-
there's not.
Yes, there is.
In space, there's no
if you're
north,
floating,
east,
if
south,
you're
west.
floating in space, west
No.
is your direction.
No.
Yes.
No,
Yes.
dude. West is based on the
Yes.
Earth and the magnetic
If when
fields.
you're on Earth, yes,
Yeah.
I agree. But if that's what I'm saying, if you're in space,
No-
north is your direction.
No astronomer uses north, south, east, west as a way to locate something in the sky. They use
Okay.
degrees and angles and all that bullshit.
Okay.
So how is that the same?
Because if you're giving someone directions, you say keep true, and you're in space, the assumption is north.
But there
The
is
assumption
no
is-
north in
But
space.
you've just dictated where north is by saying keep true. It's like
What does that even mean?
that you stay straight.
But what is straight if there's no like horizon or anything? Like,
It's your
you
reference.
You could be
That's what I'm
arcing.
saying.
Yeah, but to stay true, like that's not
To
a
keep
direction.
true. If
When
I'm
you say
facing-
go toward that star, okay, that's a direction.
Sure.
But even then, that star moves.
If when you're in space, I can't believe we're having this fucking argument right now about science fiction. But
the fact is, Mandalorian is not a Western.
It's a sci-fi Western, and you're wrong.
Is that
you're
what
wrong.
it says on Disney Plus in
no,
the genre?
No,
exactly.
But thematically,
exactly.
Thematically, it's a sci-fi Western
action adventure.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
You're not okay. You're not answering any of my questions. You're arguing to my questions. What makes John Wick a cowboy?
He's alone. He has guns, and he wants revenge.
So the Proud Boys are cowboys.
Yeah, pretty much.
You need a wildlife form of locomotion to be a cowboy.
I don't think that's a requirement.
It is.
I don't think so.
It has to be.
No, I mean a cowboy is just someone that works on the fucking range, dude.
Okay, which means you don't have technology. Your means of locomotion is wildlife.
And the Mandalorian uses a spaceship.
No.
Yes.
He lands, he parks his car, and then frequently rides banthas. In fact, in season 1, I don't even know what it's called, but he's like, you're a Mandalorian, you should be able to ride this. Like, that's in their lore. And he does.
And he's like, fuck this shit. I don't want to do
almost
this.
every episode he rides something that is...
that doesn't change my mind at all.
Oh, you're so wrong.
No, I'm not.
You could not be more wrong. You could try,
dude,
but you could not be.
No revolvers, no fucking... No showdowns.
You are also wrong. There was also. I don't want to ruin anything now. See, you're not watching it. You should have. But there are gunslinger showdowns. There are revolvers.
Nope. They're lasers, dude.
But
they're lasers. Like you can't have lasers in a Western.
But he has to reload.
I don't.
There are
care.
plenty of people that have to reload. Like that's the only reason a revolver is called a revolver because of its mechanism.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So once you don't need that mechanism, the only thing that would make it a Western is the need to reload.
And also the fact that it takes place in the Western United States.
No.
Yeah.
It's
in the name of the genre, like Western. It's a Western American tale.
You're not helping your cause of making John Wick a cowboy.
Why not?
Because you said he has guns and he's alone. That's not a cowboy.
He's just as much
John Wick,
he's just as much a cowboy as the Mandalorian.
He's not though.
He is.
John Wick is an assassin.
Well, a cowboy can't be an assassin?
No.
Isn't that what
because
John
an assassin is a job.
Cowboy can't be an assassin?
I think a cowboy is a person.
Who could also be an assassin?
He could assassinate, but an assassin is like your job. John Wick is an assassin. John Wick is the Baba Yaga because the family that is in control, he killed everyone. That was his job.
Yeah.
So that's why he's an assassin. But he is not a cowboy because he also does not operate in the range.
Regardless, the Mandalorian's not a Western.
If you guys disagree with William Henderson, let us know in our DMs. Do you think the Mandalorian is a Western? Is it a sci-fi? Is it a sci-fi Western?
Definitely a sci-fi.
It's definitely, dude. There's too many nods to spaghetti westerns in the Mandalorian for it to not be a Western.
That doesn't make it a Western.
But it does.
No, it doesn't.
But it does. It is through and through an old-fashioned spaghetti Western. It's complete with the brim of the hat profile being on the fucking thing.
Spaceships.
That isn't part of their locale. Okay,
are you ready? Are you ready?
Yeah.
The American Film Institute defines Western films as those set in the American West that embody the spirit, the struggle, and the demise of the new frontier.
From where?
What do you mean?
Where's your source?
This is from Wikipedia.
You're wrong.
Oh, really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
The most reliable source on earth?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. That sounds like a very...
American West. That is in the definition. That is from the American Film Institute.
The American Film Institute.
Yeah,
but
the one that matters, George. The one that matters.
Spoken from the white man.
The fuck we're in America, bro. We're not focused on Korean films.
We should.
They're great.
Train to Busan is amazing.
It's awesome and not a Western.
Also horror, though. Horror
they
is
make
Train
great
to
horror.
Busan.
Yeah.
It's not a thriller.
Yeah.
That's what we can agree.
100%.
But we can agree to disagree that you're wrong because
I just proved myself right using peer-reviewed articles.
It's not peer-reviewed, and you
That's what
cherry-pick.
Wikipedia
That's what
is.
that's called. That's called confirmation bias.
No, it's not.
Yes.
It's
called confirmation bias.
I just put in the word Western, and then somebody else.
You went to find the location where you could find your information.
Somebody put what defines a Western. I clicked on that, and that was the first thing that popped up.
So because it was just he went to your feed
because
first,
the American
you
Film
didn't
Institute
describe.
says so.
He's a gunslinger. The Mandalorian is a gunslinger
Okay.
through and through.
Okay, I'll give you that. That doesn't mean it's a Western.
He operates in the range.
But it's
through
not
and
in the
through.
American West, and it doesn't embody the spirit, the struggle, and the whatever the fuck else
It
they
does.
said. No,
It does.
not of the American West.
It does.
Not
But
of the
it
American West.
does. The spirit and the struggle of the American West is the fight for independence.
You're fucking just.
Are you disagreeing? Are you disagreeing?
Yeah, because they were beyond independence at that point.
It's the fight for it. They're moving west because
They want
independence
gold,
is
bro.
chasing them. They're trying to maintain their life. That's why they went west, because everything was catching up. You keep running west when you're running away from everything. Yes, they had their own independence, but that's what they were fighting for.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would, if you already have something, why would you continue to fight
Because
for it?
they're getting chased out of their territory.
Who was?
Everyone, the frontiersmen, they're like, oh, we don't like this lifestyle that's going on here. We have to move west. We have to go to the west. The west is the land of promise, the land of freedom, the home of the brave.
Okay.
What do you mean, okay?
I just don't see your point.
You're so stupid. It's shocking. It hurts my soul that you went to college and you can possibly
making
be this
shit
dumb.
up, dude.
No,
Just
I'm using
making
historical
shit
facts.
up.
You go to fucking Wikipedia, apparently.
I go to the American Film Institute. I don't know if you're aware. We started
American
movies.
Film
Okay, we are
Institute.
fucking Hollywood.
So just
okay?
because the source is where you go, that means you can't expand your meaning on things.
Then you're just making shit up.
You're not making
Then you're
shit
just
up.
like,
You're
I
growing.
declare that this is a Western.
You're growing.
But nobody else. No. Because this is black and blue. Okay, you just set it up. It just is what it is, man. You can't just say, nah, that's not black. That's purple. Because it kind of looks black. It's dark like black, so it's black.
We can use color, but just because you see a color doesn't mean that I see the same color. So
actually, yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Just because you see it that way doesn't mean my perception is the same, which means that my reality
you're colorblind.
is different. Or if there's no word for it, we just see differently.
Only if you're not smart enough to know about colorblindedness.
Oh, that's very...
Because we are definitely
that's very
seeing the same
educationist
color.
of you.
Definitely, that wall is white. This table is brown.
Definitely?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That's not a white wall.
That the light reflects off it, revealing the white.
Actually, I mean, we're going technically. Technically, that wall
is white.
Is everything but white.
Nope.
Yes,
it
because
reflects
then
white.
The wall,
we
the wall absorbs all of the
color
colors
of an item based on what color it reflects.
But that's determinist of you.
No, it's not. This is science, bro.
No, it's not.
Actually, yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my notes. I can't find it. Keep talking.
You want to know the next thing on the list?
Keep arguing. Yeah. No, it's not.
Hyrule.
No, it's not.
Age of Calamity. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I threw that in the notes because it's on pre-order.
For you?
It's another. No, it's just another Zelda property, and it comes out on the 20th.
On the fucking Switch?
Yeah.
Guess who doesn't give a shit?
But it's so good. I always like Pokemon and Zelda is the only reason I still am even remote. Well, and Smash, I guess.
And the only reason you consider to get a Switch?
Yeah. I mean,
but never do, so it must not be that good.
It's more money. Okay, we're in the middle of a pandemic here. I spent all my money here.
That's your reason.
But good thing Joy-Cons are getting cheaper. For sure, yeah. So during presidency and stuff, they're gonna not presidency. After the presidency, they're gonna really hammer down those prices, and maybe we'll talk about getting it then.
Mm-hmm. After the election.
After the election,
everything
everything will be okay now.
Not because of Black Friday, but
I don't know. Do you think Black Friday is gonna be a thing?
It'll be more of the digital deals, Cyber Monday style stuff.
I feel like I've never gotten like you can't get doorbusters online and stuff, you know?
Right. I'm sure they'll do something like special, where there'll be like the first 1,000 people to click or some bullshit, and then it'll be gone in like 2 seconds.
I fucking hate that.
It's so stupid.
I blame bots and shit because like there's no way people are refreshing at that rate at this point.
Yeah, and
you know?
people do that for like comedy shows too at comedy clubs. They'll buy
do they really?
Yeah, like 115 tickets and then sell them for like twice the price on StubHub and shit. Yeah, they do it all the time.
I guess that makes sense, right? Like if I had the money and Kevin Hart was playing, I guess I would probably do the same.
I mean, it's illegal, but yeah.
Yeah, who's gonna stop you?
True.
Who's gonna stop you? The people looking for tickets? Nope.
I mean, the real scam, the way to do it is to buy like 2 tickets and then just copy those bitches and sell like 12.
Stop telling people how to do it, dude.
It happens all the time.
Stop telling people.
It happens all the time at the comedy club.
Let's say every 100 people that show up with tickets, how many do you have to be like, sorry, dude, they're already here. Those are fake.
It's only on like big shows. So like Joe Coy, if Kevin Hart comes through, it'll happen. Like those big names is when it happens the most. So like if you're working the front door and you're going through the list of tickets and you see that there's like one person that has like 21 tickets under their name, it's a little suspicious. If they're not like, if they hadn't told the club, hey, I have a party coming in at 21, it's like,
at that point, is it first come, first serve, or do you go all of these tickets?
First come, first serve. So like usually it's like, and a lot of times there'll be like 2 that work and maybe like 20 of them were sold. So like the first 2, you guys.
Someone made some scratch.
Yeah, and then I'll scan them again, and it'll say like this one's already been entered, and I'll have to go. Sorry, guys.
Fuck. And if it's sold out, and like,
I can't let you in.
You guys can go eat at the food court,
like,
I guess.
Yeah, and it's like you could go talk to StubHub, like they're gonna refund your money. Like we don't. It's not our thing. So
that sucks.
Yeah.
What do you even do? Like
as a person or
if you took someone and then you had your whole night plan, you're like, this is the last thing we do, and then we can go home after. It's like, what do? You're dressed up, you're ready to go, like go to the food court.
Sorry about it.
Go see a movie.
Yeah, go see a movie.
Go to Market Broiler and complain about how the Improv is rude to you.
Yeah. Don't care. Guess what? They don't give a shit. Improv doesn't care at all.
You fucked up.
They don't care.
Yeah.
They pretend to care. If you go complain to them, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry.
That's good customer service.
But then they'll turn around to us and be like, these fucking idiots.
These fucking dum-dums.
They don't deserve a show.
What, I mean, now that we have PS5 news out, everything's basically told. How do you feel about it? How do you feel
I'm not going to get one.
Obviously.
I mean,
well, not right away.
Yeah, like a fucking year and a half.
Year and a half?
I don't know, dude. I don't know what's going on in my life right now. So
you thinking about moving back to Michigan?
Everything's so unpredictable.
I mean, it's not as expensive as we were thinking it could be, because they could realistically charge close to $700 for for the piece.
Yeah, I was thinking it was gonna be like $550, $6.
Yeah, but their $399, $499 release is.
I don't know, dude. Like
par.
$400 for.
How much did you play it for your PS4?
$400.
So what's the problem?
The space that's available on it. I had a terabyte, I think. Or no, mine was 500 gigs. But like, if you're selling $400 for a digital version with less than a terabyte of space, that's not enough.
Are they not using I mean, maybe you can do the cloud. You know,
it's not enough. Whatever it is, it's not enough. So like, I appreciate the lower price point, but it's like that's not gonna do me anything if I have to spend another $80 for a 2 terabyte fucking
devil's advocate
thing anyway.
Devil's advocate. They have a solid state drive. So there's a very specific format size. Like, they don't need to parse the same data over a whole hard drive anymore. As such, your files are going to be smaller.
I still don't think it's enough space. If I have to buy an external, it's not enough space.
But I mean, I don't think I've ever not had an external. I've had an external since like an Xbox 360. They never come out with enough space, regardless.
That's stupid.
I think solid state
Then
drives
just
are too
sell me the fucking disk drive one for the same price.
But I think solid state drives are too expensive right now. Even that, while it might not be enough space, it might be adequate for a year or two. Whereas like now, even when it came out, like I ran out of space on my PS4 pretty quick. But due to the technology and the efficiencies of said technology, it should be smaller. I'm only saying should because fucking Call of Duty, they're like, you can make it smaller by deleting stuff. Why is it still the same size then? Why is it still?
Yeah.
I saved 7 gigs. Thank you, you fucking assholes.
I don't know. I haven't been like blown away by anything that's gonna come from it. Like I haven't seen anything about like the like dashboard that's like super special or like any features that are like beyond what the PS4 does, you know?
Yeah.
Like an all-in-one feature or something.
But and their backwards compatibility is coming via the PlayStation Plus.
Right.
So it's not like you can pop in your disc and play it. You're going to have to.
It's like if you have that data, you can then download it from the store.
Yeah.
So there's all that data. So it's like if you're having trouble with your PS4 right now and you plan on having most of those games on your PS5, you're already full.
I guess. I don't know. I don't play that many games. Like I own a lot of games,
yeah.
But if I had to just load it, what I'm going to play, that's like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah, but you don't want to have to do that. You want to be able to have access to all your games at any given time, especially if they're digital. It's I don't want to have to re-download every time I want to use one.
I just
want them available.
That what I've seen on like promotional streams and whatnot about the PlayStation 5 in terms of gameplay, the speed of this fucker, just you die, you want to try again, go.
Yeah.
Like is insane. Like no load screen, just like reload, do it again. Like oh,
as it should be.
Yeah, I agree, but it hasn't been since fucking like Time Crisis. Like,
yeah.
Would you like to play again? Yup, do it again.
It's like already loaded.
Yeah. It's fucking amazing. That blows me away because I'm so over every time I try to load up like Red Dead, fucking nothing.
5 minutes of loading.
Yeah, go roll a blunt or something while you're loading up Red Dead. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
We can close out with.
I don't know. I'm just not like it doesn't blow me out of the water. Besides like the speed and the graphics, like I'm like okay.
Yeah, and
as far as like a system, a console goes,
I think that's has a lot to do with just kind of the time we're in now. You know, just what they had to do in terms of like take pre-orders so that they could start production and just not being able to have the resources banked ahead of time that they had before. That now like there's not a lot of games coming out that you're like, oh shit, I need this for this.
Right.
You know, because usually there is, you know, there's like, oh, this is their game for this console. You need this. But
what was it at the beginning of PS4? Drake. They probably had an Uncharted game.
For sure.
Horizon, Zero Dawn.
Destiny was promised.
Destiny.
So maybe it's good that we don't have a lot of promises because Destiny was kind of a letdown.
When did God of War came out? Quite a bit after the PS4 released, huh?
Isn't God of War a PS2 game though?
Well, the original. I'm talking about the new one.
Oh, yeah, probably like a year. I don't know off the top, but yeah, it was a little while because I remember going like, "This looks fucking dope."
Yeah, they fucking figured out how to use all the power of the PlayStation,
which is too much power. In the PlayStation 5 at this point, CPU has 8 Zen 2 cores that clock at 3.5 gigs each. Multiply that by 8. Do the math because I can't because I went to a public school. Its GPU runs at 10.2 teraflops. I thought that was light speed. I don't know.
Teraflop sounds like a move you do off a diving board.
16 gigabytes of RAM, which isn't great, but I mean, you got a GPU.
It's more than any computer I've had.
So internal storage of 825 gigs on a solid state drive. So I mean,
it's just not.
That's close to a terabyte.
But yeah, but I think even like now, I think games are going to be even bigger because of all the stuff that they are able to pack in. So
I
it's
think
like,
they might be the same size.
So, well, if you take like a PS4 game and put it on a PS5, sure. But I feel like if you make a game for the PS5, like you're gonna use as much of that power as you can, and like why would you hold back? You know what I mean? I don't know. Just nothing in the past has suggested that they're actually like trying to make small file sizes. It's just like just make it dope.
Yeah, you're right. In terms of progression, I agree with you that why wouldn't they? And they're definitely not gonna care.
Yeah, they don't give a fuck, dude. They don't care that we don't have enough space.
It's not like Sony's like, hey, make sure it's under this much, you know? Like, I doubt it.
Like,
I
I'm surprised they
sincerely
did
doubt it.
825 gig. I'm surprised it wasn't just 500 and then a terabyte later on.
That's probably more to do with just production of solid state drives.
Mm.
Because, you know, I bet terabytes, like, I bet that's its own. Like, they're selling you terabyte discs now.
Yeah.
And anything less than you can parse out into weird numbers. What I think is shocking in terms of their promotion or lack of promotion, I guess, is their one game-changing product is not getting as much time as it should. Their DualSense controller. Like, I feel like they should have just those like out in like a Target or something, just so you know it's an experience. You have to feel it because across
fucking.
Across the board, everyone that's used it has given it glowing reviews. Like,
oh,
this
really?
This is a game changer. And it's not like the old DualShock 6-axis feature. Like, this is something that they put in and that people are going to use, developers are going to use.
It's not like the fucking big button on the front of the DS4.
Yeah.
It's like nobody used that for anything good.
Yeah. So I think on their lack of game releases, they should be highlighting this controller because it is game changing.
Yeah.
Like, and from what people have seen said, it's game changing. A streamer said that there was a thing, because I think they're all just playing in like an Astrobot Playroom or something. They have a demo disc or something. There's a sequence where you're holding a box of
clunky. And I just don't want the PS5 to be clunky.
Yeah, and I think you're right. The fact that we haven't seen what the UI is going to look like or anything like that is not telling, but lackluster because of the lack of everything else that we've seen from it.
Daunting is what it is.
I guess.
Because it's like, are they just going to like recycle the PS4 dashboard? Because if so, that's really boring.
No. They have said that the PS5 dashboard is going to get a complete overhaul.
Oh, good.
But that also might be why we don't see anything from it, because they're not done.
Yeah, I'm still working on it.
Which sucks because the PS5
comes out next week.
Yep, that's happening. That's already happened. It's already exists in the wild. We've already seen it. And it's gigantic, and I'm not okay with that. So I'm gonna wait for the Slim. That's how I feel.
I mean, I feel like I'm gonna wait for the Pro. Get a 2 terabyte solid state drive and fucking 8K goddamn resolution.
Dude, I need a better TV.
Mm-hmm.
I'm fucked up. We can close out on this because I know nothing about it, but I saw it. World of Warcraft Shadowlands.
Is that out now?
I think it's being released. Let me find if I can find the other notes for it. It was set to be released on the 27th of this month, but they had to wait. It's now coming out on the 23rd of next month.
Oh, they pushed it back.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wonder what their logic is for that.
They're like, hey, how about we wait till everyone buys a PlayStation 5 and then we'll release something. We're not trying to get buried under news.
Those players don't give a shit.
Let's see. Oh, it says the pre-patch already went live.
Oh, well, that's normal.
It's people, I guess, are kind of already on it.
There's like, they always have like lead up quests to like the new stuff. So
that makes sense.
But they're like doing a complete overhaul with this.
Define complete.
Like, in the old games, it was like, okay, you start at level 0, and then there's like different locations that you can go to, and you can like go through the story. Now they're like, you start at 0, because like the max level was like 120, but they're bringing it back down to like 60.
Yeah.
And you can go from 0 to 60 much quicker now, which is good for like new players, because like you start the game and you see everybody's at 120. You're like, what the fuck? Like, I have to get all the way there.
I got to play for 9 weeks.
Exactly. So there's that. And then, like, when you start, you get to choose which expansion you want to play through to level up. So, like, there's, like, vanilla, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King, Mists of Pandaria. Oh, now they're getting fuzzy. But there's like, 5 or 6 of them.
Right.
And they all have like their own special zones and new stuff. So like if you wanted to like, oh, I never got to play Wrath of the Lich King, you can now go and level up playing those new areas where it used to be like, oh, you have to be level 75 to even go there.
Right.
So there's a little more.
That's cool.
It is.
I never liked the level lock system in general.
But it gave you something to like work toward.
Yeah,
and
I
like,
can see
if they got to that level, oh, they went through all this stuff and like really worked their way up, where now it's kind of like, I don't even know how much experience you have at level 60. So
yeah, that's
I don't
fair.
know. It'll be interesting. I mean, looking at it makes me want to get back into it. Of course. I want to get back into it every 2 months.
The glow in your eyes. It's like we're talking about your firstborn child.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a good time for people to get into it anew, which seems what they've been trying to do the last few expansions, is like getting new players. But yeah,
they have a they're obviously releasing a standard edition, but I get it says you can also get a collector's edition of Shadowland for $120.
Yeah,
which includes a level boost, a flying mount, a transmog quest, pet, weapon effects, and more.
Worth it.
So I mean,
plus you get the physical copy.
Yeah, so it sounds like you were saying, they're just trying to get new players.
I mean, the collector's edition is for older.
How many people are playing World of Warcraft? I'm gonna look up that statistic before we get in.
I don't know. They used to flaunt it on the cover of their game, like over 10 million players worldwide.
Let's see.
How many active subscriptions do they have?
Oh, you're right. I should say active. Really, 10 million is what your ballpark? Is that what they said before?
I mean, that was like when I first bought it. That's what the game said, but that was like on the box. It was just like printed in mass.
Oh.
I probably don't even tell you.
I can't find active, but it's estimated worldwide to have 103,933,744 players.
Okay, can we take the number and multiply it by 15? And that's how much money they're making every month.
That's crazy. And they're still like, you know what? This is not enough. That's not enough. We need more players.
For those, and like, I don't know. Like, for those hardcore players, I don't know, man. Like, they must be like, yeah, new content. Come on. But I feel like for like a casual player, it's like, dude, like, relax. Like, I feel that way sometimes in like Call of Duty, where they're like, here's all this shit you can get and all the stuff you can do, and you're like, okay, like, I need some time.
Yeah.
Like, there's like too much to like get it all.
I was thinking about that in in the midst of collecting things for this Halloween thing.
Yeah.
I was thinking like this could be overwhelming if I just started playing.
Yeah.
You know, like I just wanted to come play Warzone, but now it's all scary and this shit jump scares me. I don't want to play this ever again.
Yeah.
Dude, fucking rude.
So.
Okay.
I got my blueprint, by the way.
Did
I tell you? Yeah.
Was Superstore the hardest fucking
yeah, dude. I don't know what
ridiculous.
it was. It took so long. But I feel like it's just the last one. Like, World of Warcraft used to do that too, where it's like you'd be on a quest to get like 10 fucking prayer beads from this type of beast, whatever. And then so you go kill them, you get 9, and you're like, where's the last one? Like, it takes so long to get that last one. And so I think it's just
I think you might be right.
It's either a psychological thing or they program it in to where it's like
it has to be programmed in, because Stephen Roth had the same exact experience. He's like, I finally got the Superstore and I'm done. So I think 3 for 3 so far. Superstore's the last one. Well,
so I don't know.
And it's not even like a hot zone all the time, so it's got to be a.
I thought it would be funny if they were like it wasn't spawning, like they did that on purpose, and then they just like that last day everybody's going to the Superstore.
They should just have like a Juggernaut onslaught in Superstore right at the center. Good luck.
Drop a Juggernaut on top of the Superstore.
Yeah. Did you use the blueprint though?
No, not yet.
It's kind of nasty.
Really?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, it's on the grow, like I said. But
I don't like using the growl because it's everybody uses the growl. Like,
I've been using the very last one, the subsonic silenced, not the 94, like the Val or something.
Yeah, AS Val.
That shit's fucking.
That's a good one. I have a blueprint called the Manzanilla for the Odin, It's like all gold, has this
cool.
dope ass suppressor.
That's
it's
the one that I said you
Oh,
look like
yeah,
you're dragging on the floor.
Yeah, dude, it's huge.
I legit stopped. I was like, wow, that's not tactical at all.
It's so dope. It looks so cool though. It's all gold, like Gucci'd out and shit. Fucking, I can't
Yeah,
not
you
use
fucking oil mogul.
it. Yeah, but the oven's weird because it's like it shoots. It's not like a quick shot. It's like do. So you have to be like on.
Shoots
but
like a BAR.
if you shoot them in the head, it fucking does work.
Oh.
So
Noted. Noted.
like any gun.
Any closing statements you got for this video game world?
No, I don't think so.
This
be
Halloween
safe.
evening.
Yeah, be safe out there. And my birthday's next month, so you can buy me a PlayStation 5.
He doesn't want one though. Listen to what he says.
Yeah, but if you buy me one, I'll take it. Like I'm not the kind
he
of
doesn't
person.
want it. He said he
I'm
wants
not
to
the
wait
kind of
till the pro.
person to refuse a gift.
Yeah, but he'll be
you know.
disrespectful and tell you he doesn't want it. So like, just don't even bother.
Yeah.
Get him like a gift card to iTunes or something.
I will not oppose your dowry.
How much? One PlayStation 5.
That's all. I'll marry your fucking stupid daughter.
I'll marry your son for a PlayStation 5. I don't care.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well, if they want to submit dowries, where do they go?
At the Slim Henderson on Twitter and at _Slim Henderson on Instagram, or yeah, that's pretty much it.
I
Actually,
was like, what, you about to throw out your Tinder or whatever?
Yeah.
Like your OnlyFans?
I
Maybe we should
wish,
make an
dude. I
OnlyFans.
wish I could do that. There's probably a market out there.
I'm going to open up a Lonely Fans because nobody's hanging out with me. I'm at the George F. If you do want to hang out, we are at The Buddy System Co. on Instagram. Check out our website, www.thebuddysystem.co, for everything. Happy Halloween, guys. Candy safe. If you don't want your candy, give it to me.
And The Mandalorian is not a Western.
You're wrong.